What if I told you that last weekend might have been the craziest weekend that we've had so far in 2024 when it comes to track and field? Because five world records were either tied or broken. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but five across the world. We break all those records down and we talk about which record has the best outdoor implications, all in this episode of Track Talk. Five world records, y'all. Five world records were broken. So let's quickly get to it because I don't want to waste your time. And I'm just kind of reeling off five world records from Friday night, I guess about 6 o'clock, to Sunday morning. There were five various world records that went down in various events. And so here were the five. Let's break them down for you real quick. And then to end, I'm going to give you some thoughts as to why I think one or two has some outdoor implications. Because we know indoor, outdoor, yes, I understand that it doesn't count. I don't want to say it doesn't count, but it doesn't always replicate. I'm with that, totally understand that. But listen, let's just chat about it. First one that caught my eye is in the fields. Daniel Hall, weight throw, at the U.S. Championships, indoor championships in Albuquerque. He went off popping a crazy throw, breaking the world records by, I believe it was 49 centimeters, 26.35 meters, 26.35 meters. He is a University of Alabama standout, doing it big on the pro level, and you always got to give love to the throwers because it is a hard event. It's a hard series of events when it comes to the weight throws, when it comes to the hammer throw in the outdoor, shot put, discus, all the above. I thought that was very impressive. Just to give it some kind of, I won't say clarity, but I'm 29 years old. I will be 30 on April 14th. That record has stood. I was a year old, basically. It's been around for 28 years. So for him to come out at a big stage like the US Championships, indoor championships, break that record, Daniel, you big time, brother. So I just had to give him his props, US, American record, but obviously the world record too. So that was one event that got broken. We're going to stick to the US Championships, indoor championships. I have to get that. For whatever reason, I just think US Championships. Maybe I'm just so excited. But Tia Jones did something pretty cool. So you should know that not too long ago, the women's 60-meter hurdles records was broken by Devin Charlton of the Bahamas. And so Tia said, all right, bet. Sounds good. So she tied that world record in the preliminary rounds, running 7.67 seconds. Now, in the final, she ran 7.68. So, I mean, it was pretty much, even. But I love the competition, and I think that obviously it produces excellence. Now, I did read somewhere, I did not see Tia Jones's name on the World Championship roster. I did not check again before the show. Actually, I did. So if something changed or something happened, if I got that wrong, please forgive me. Obviously, we never want to spread inaccurate information on here. I did see it. But I thought that was a very impressive record, obviously. And I wish could have seen them again head to head because they are, I believe it's Tia Jones has won one and Charlton has won two. So Charlton holds an advantage of 2-1. So she has to lead in the series. So I would have loved to have seen that. Would obviously love to see that. I think it makes things interesting for the outdoor. Charlton has, kind of been the runner-up when it comes to almost making the podium. She came in fourth. So by runner-up, I guess runner-up off the podium. Coming in fourth place. But there's some heavy hitters in the women's 100 hurdles. There's heavy hitters in the 60 hurdles, but obviously we're looking at the Olympics. And so it's always good because it adds more competition. So that was one I wanted to highlight because I thought it was impressive. Grant Holloway. I just got to give Grant credit for something because not only did he just say, nah, I'm just going to do one round of this, then I'm out. So Grant participated in the semifinals or the preliminary round of the men's 60-meter hurdles, and came out there, broke the world record, 7.27 seconds, and dipped. He's on the team. He had a bye because of his performances last year, so he has an automatic bye, so he didn't need to run in the finals. Trey Cunningham ended up winning the finals. That was Grant's 60th consecutive win when it comes, if I'm not mistaken, in the indoor hurdles. That is crazy. That is insane. And it speaks to the body of work and the greatness that he has displayed. So he popped off, broke his own world record. So far, got Daniel Hall, Tia Jones, Grant Holloway. Well, there's two more. So we're going to go to the other side of the world. Leslie Tebogo ran 30 point, and it was rounded down. Initially, they said it was 30.71, but it ended up getting rounded down to 30.69 in February. And that was an outdoor race. That was not an indoor race. That was an outdoor race, to give you kind of a glimpse of that. Now, those early season races in Africa are insane because there's a lot of fast times. I remember it seems like every year somebody's popping off 43.7 in the open 4 or 43.6, something like that. So there's a lot of fast races, but that dude is different. That dude is different, and I'm going to get back to him in a second. But he broke the world record in the men's 300, which was absolutely insane because I did not expect it from him. And so if you go back and see the race, blew the doors off everybody. Basically, it was close to start, but then he pulled away at the end. So he breaks the world record. So that's number 4. Number 5 is Sister Bowl. Everybody on this show knows that I'm a huge Femke Bowl fan. And last year, she set the world record in the indoor women's 400 meter, open 400 meters, running 49.26. Decided to take advantage of being awesome, and then she popped off, broke her own world record almost to the day, almost to the exact day, 49.24. Incredible time, incredible performance from an incredible athlete. That was at the Dutch Championship. She won the Dutch Championship, national championship, will be representing her country in the women's 400 meters, the overwhelming favorite. Now, of all those performances, there are 2 that stand out to me that have outdoor implications. Femke Bowles and Tebogo. Femke, because I feel, I don't know what she's going to run in Glasgow, which takes place next week. That is March 1st through the 3rd. I don't know. It would not surprise me if she runs like 48.9. It really would. The matchup that we love is Sid against Femke. That is like the dream matchup. Femke at her best, Sid's at her best. Advantage Sid. But Femke's special, y'all. I don't know what Sid's going to do. Maybe I missed it on what she's going to run. But I still believe that Femke can challenge Sid in the open 400. I don't really, I feel like in the open 400, she may not have the foot speed, but she has the toughness and the grit. I think she really could challenge. Now, when it comes to the 400 meter hurdles, that's a different story. I think Femke's inching closer, especially since Sid hasn't run, but Sid's one of those generational talents where I feel like even with a year off, she's still in a category of her own. You saw that in Oregon a couple years ago. I think Femke is getting closer and closer, and we're just basing this on potential. Any given day, anybody can be beaten. Doesn't seem that way, but I saw Mondo Duplantis lose even once, and we know that he is just something different. He is insane. He almost broke his world record. We could do a show on the almost world records. Mondo was so close to breaking his world record. I'm missing somebody. Ryan Krauser almost broke his world record. And by the way, that world record that he originally broke should have been ratified. 23.38 should have been ratified. Debate your mama on that one. But I just think she has the confidence. She's building the confidence to do something special. So, I mean, if she is running in the hurdles and Sid's not running in the hurdles, she's the overwhelming favorite. But I do think just developing those tool sets in the 400, getting stronger, working on your foot speed, she can really make a push to dominance. Now, am I ready to be like, oh, she's going to dominate Sid? I'm not going to say nobody's dominating Sid. If you beat Sid, it's going to be because you outleaned her, if you can catch her. But Femke, in my opinion, is one of a handful of people, if we're talking specifically in the 400, that could challenge her. And in the 400 hurdles, I think it has implication because she's building that resume, she's building that repertoire, gaining more foot speed. Now, gun to my head, who I'm picking Sid. Now, you know me to make some crazy predictions on this show. Am I ready to say she's going to pull off an upset? No. Do I think it will be closer than people anticipated? Yes. That's one. Now, everybody feel free to disagree. That's all good. That's the beauty of it. You have your opinions, I have mine. It's all based on facts, and here's the beautiful thing. It's all based on the passion that we have for the sport. Tebogo. Boy, let me tell you something. He had me when he pushed Noah Lyles in London. Noah Lyles, we could do a whole show on Noah. And I am not going to go and say that Leslie Tebogo is going to beat Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles, I can't do that right now. He's on fire. The fact that he's gotten, that part of the race figured out, that is scary. Like I said, indoor does not always replicate outdoor, because just because you run something stupid indoor does not automatically mean that you're going to run something stupid outdoors. Now, sometimes it transitions that way. In the case that I just made for Femke, I think it could, but that's not an automatic guarantee. This kid, though, obviously this is an outdoor race, and the indoor was talking about Noah Lyles and his 100, which I think, he's on par to run 9.7. I think that's in his future, 9.7, and we'll see what he has left in the tank for the 200. That is the kid that I think, maybe not this year, but that is the kid that you better keep your eye out on, because I don't think that 300 was a fluke. I really don't. I know it's early. I think that kid has incredible potential, and if anybody can pull out the upset, it's him. Is it going to happen? I don't think so. I just got too much respect for Noah, and Noah has proven that when it matters the most, he shows up, and nobody has had an answer for that second part of the race. But this kid, there's something different about him. There's something unique about him. He has a confidence about him, and his style is his smooth style. I don't know, but as you can tell, I'm excited for him, because I really do think that he and Lyles, in addition to guys like Ariane Knighton, they can push each other to something crazy. I don't know if Bolt's record will ever be broken. I don't know. I don't think that people realize, and I know I'm kind of going on a tangent, but I don't think that people realize how hard it is to do what Usain Bolt did, because it's crazy. 1919 and 1958, that is hard to do. That is Lenny Williams, so very hard to do. That's an old school song. Look it up if you know what I'm talking about. But I do believe that this kid, don't be surprised. My prediction could change in 2 or 3 months. Don't be surprised if you see something in this kid and you look one day and you see a result that makes you say, oh my gosh. He has that kind of potential. He has that kind of potential. I'm not saying he has Wade Van Niekerk lane 8 in the 2016 Summer Olympics potential, but he has potential to do something crazy. And while his race was not outdoors, that is the one that I feel like has some of the biggest implications going into the outdoor season, because I don't think that 300 was a fluke. I think he's the real deal, and he's starting to figure stuff out. And once he figures it out, I don't know if anybody in the world is built to beat him in this stretch. Can I be wrong on this? I absolutely can. But here's what I'm not wrong of. My appreciation for each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching the episode. Got some pretty cool things coming up on the horizons. Have some really big news coming up on the horizon. Early April, tentatively. You'll hear that news, and then obviously, we'll go into it as the season goes along. So much stuff to cover, so many things to enjoy. We got the collegiates on deck, but listen, we're going to enjoy the World Championships, and we're going to probably do an episode kind of recapping some stuff as we head into the outdoor season. Love Piece of Chicken Grease. Check out all the episodes, especially if you're looking for some marathon content. If you got enough of it, or if you haven't had enough of it, definitely check it out, and we will catch you next time.